I want you to ask yourself, are there parts of my life that I might be a little bit too masculine, or I may be like pushing men away or pushing my kind of men away and attracting the wrong kind of guy? That may not be your default. That could have been a coping mechanism. That could have been a persona that you built up because of your past experiences. But I want us to go back to our default, how God made us, okay? We are natural receivers. We are natural nurturers. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. If this is the first time you're seeing my face, my name is Sharon and I make videos on faith, natural hair, wig reviews, and all of that jazz. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested, please hit the subscribe button and join the family. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So today we're going to be exploring a topic that I think will resonate with many, and it's on how strong, independent women can be more open and receptive to help. Now, I know there's this negative stigma around women receiving help from men. They tend to call you a gold digger, call you a user, this, that, and the third. But honestly, women are innately receivers and men are innately providers and protectors. So we're going to be diving into all of that. And I hope that at the end of this video, you're able to open up yourself to be more feminine and to receive help. Okay. Like I said earlier, there is a negative stigma around receiving help from men because there are some women that have taken advantage of this help and will demand a Chanel bag on the first date and just, make us look like we're users. And honestly, I feel like society has definitely changed the orientation of men and women in relationships, especially because there's been a rise of podcasts of people discussing who is the prize, who is not the prize, what do you bring to the table? And the domino effect of that is that a lot of men have taken a step back from being the protector, the provider. They're now more feminine, and this in turn has caused women to be more independent, more dominant, more masculine, more of the provider, when that really wasn't how we were made to be. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely believe that as a woman, you should have your thing going on, like you should have some sort of financial stability. Do not rely on a man for anything. However, it's totally okay for you to take a step back and allow the man, to be a provider. Hopefully you're encountering the right kind of men because girl, I've been hearing a lot of stories about dating and it's not promising, but we're going to be positive. You will be different. Okay. Your relationship will be different. God will bring to you the right man that's going to be that provider, that protector. Aside passive and feminine men bringing out that masculine energy, another very important factor that has influenced a lot of women is how they were brought up. So I hear a lot of women say, I was raised by a single mom, or my mom was basically the breadwinner in the family, so she made me strong, she made me independent, I don't need a man. That is absolutely correct. You do not rely on any man. The only person you should be relying on is God, okay? However, the burden of being that provider is too much for you to bear. You are not made to carry all that load, and because you're used to the cycle of being strong and independent, naturally you may attract passive men, because if a masculine man comes into that energy and he's trying to help, there's this opposition or this resistance that he's seeing. Men like to feel like they can help you. They like to feel like they can come and take the stress away and give you princess treatment. I love that women are no longer sitting on their butts waiting for men to do everything for them. I want you to reflect on areas that you might be resisting assistance, and understanding this pattern will definitely help you overcome the problem. Maybe you've dated so many passive men and now you're just forced to be this strong, independent woman. I've also noticed this pattern amongst firstborn daughters because they literally carry the entire household. So when you're used to that, it's very easy for that to bleed into your relationship. It's very hard to unlearn the patterns when you're in a relationship. And if a man feels like he's not adding or he can't add anything to your life, then he just feels inadequate. Men really have fragile egos. Like they try to act all tough and stuff, but they need to feel needed. Now that's their problem. They need to deal with that. But as a woman, if this is a man that you genuinely care for and you think that this is going to go the long run, be open to accepting help from this person. And it doesn't have to be transactional. Most times we feel like if this guy takes us on a date, then we owe him something. Now, I'm not saying be a liability and run to him whenever you need the littlest of things, like maybe you need to change your bra or whatever. No, that's going to make him lose respect. But a lot of us women, we are just so tough. Like I see this happen a lot. Like we're just forced to be strong and tough. I get that, trust me, but sometimes I want you to breathe. I want you to feel that princess treatment. I want you to just let your hair down and allow a masculine man to just help you. The next thing on your mind is probably like, okay, Shaz, you're saying all this stuff about allowing a man to help me, yada, yada, yada. How can I allow him to help me? So let's assume you're getting to know this guy, right? Give them a chance to show their cards, because not all men are providers, and you don't want to waste your time with a man who doesn't think like a provider and a protector. So you go on a date. Of course, you can pay for your meal, right? But just take a step back and see what he does, right? If he's fidgeting and he's just like, oh, just, yeah, pay for your lunch and never call him again. Because I don't know about you, but in my culture, we do not do 50-50 on a first date, second date, whatever, whatnot. We don't do that. So that is one way that you can just allow the person to just show who they are. And it doesn't have to be monetary. Sometimes men could provide guidance or just a certain level of like peace and comfort that you get from this man. Imagine like you've had such a horrible day and this person is just like, talk to me about it. And they create a safe space for you to be open and vulnerable, because like I said, a lot of the times we keep things to ourselves because we don't want to appear weak since we're strong and independent. But if this guy is one who is very open to hearing about your day and it's always asking about your day and he shows that he genuinely cares, please be open to that. It doesn't make you less of a strong woman if you are vulnerable with this person that is so interested and invested in getting to know you. I'm a Christian, so whatever I say, I like to tie it in with scripture. And one perfect example of a very feminine, strong, independent woman that was open to receiving help is Ruth. Now, if you haven't read the story of Ruth and Boaz, then I highly recommend you read it. But Ruth was basically working on Boaz's field. She was a laborer, okay? So she was on her business. She was getting her money. Well, no, not really. She was getting the grains, right? But basically she was working. She wasn't just sitting on her butt all day being lazy. And then Boaz sees her and he asks people around, who is this lady? And they basically explain their history. And immediately Boaz jumps into the role of protector and provider. He tells her, don't go to another field. Stay here. I have men that will protect you. And I'm going to give you food or the leftover grains. You can take them home. He said, I have told the men not to lay a hand on you. So Boaz literally was like, yeah, I'm going to protect her. A lot of men need to learn from Boaz, okay? This video is for women, but men, y'all need to go study Ruth and Boaz in the Bible because we need more Boazes. Is that a word? More Boaz. One thing that Ruth did that I absolutely love is when Boaz told her all these things, the Bible records that she fell on her face and said, to what do I owe this favor? So she showed appreciation. Now again, sometimes strong, independent women don't want to show appreciation because they're like, I could have done it myself. I have the resources. Now, if you don't show appreciation, of course, forget the man. Even just with friends, like it's hard to repeat the same favor if you don't feel appreciated. So if you are receiving help from the opposite sex, please always remember to show appreciation. Like my husband, I'll give you an example. When he used to work in San Francisco and he would like commute every other week, one time I went to San Francisco and on our way back, we stopped at a train station and I tried the pretzels there. I think it's a Wetzel's pretzels or something like that. Absolutely loved it. The next time he was coming back to LA, I asked if he could get me some and he did. And I was just so excited. And every single week, because he worked in San Francisco for about a year and a half, every single week, guys, he brought me back pretzels because of how happy and how appreciative I was each time he got me that gift. Just to make it clear, I'm team girl. I'm on your side because with videos like these, a lot of people say, oh, people always talk about what the man wants. What about what I want? Absolutely. I am on your side and I want you to win. That's why I'm making this video, because I have seen how being open to receiving has helped me in my life in general. And again, it doesn't only have to be a romantic relationship. It could be platonic relationship. It could be at work. Now, this is something I'm learning. Sometimes with, my female friends, I struggle to receive help because I just feel like I'm being a burden to them. I don't want to ask for help and I'm just there like struggling and really, really struggling. When if I just asked for help, I would have gotten the stuff done literally in less time. You don't have to be all tough all the time. Trust me, there are people looking for ways to help you, especially if you're someone who is always helping people. People want to help you as well. They want to pour into you. So please open up yourself to accept help. I'm praying and hoping to God that He brings His sons to you, men that would baby you, men that will be your Boaz, men that will be providers and protectors, men that will be a covering over you, that will pray for you, that will be good fathers, good husbands, good friends, good lovers, good boyfriends, just so that you can let your hair down and be Abba's princess and just enjoy life. You are doing great. You've achieved so much. You're working so hard. I want you to relax. And I know the man of your dreams will be absolutely lucky to have you as his wife, because you're not only strong, independent, but you are now feminine on top of that. That's like the perfect mix, okay? So don't be too hard on yourself for being independent and strong. It's an amazing thing. However, if it hinders your relationships with people with the opposite sex, then that is when you probably need to reevaluate some of your patterns, maybe how you speak, how you dress, how you come across in room. You've put in so much work to get to where you are are. And if a man is intimidated by that and your success, then sis, he is not for you, because a strong masculine man will be proud to have you as his queen if you can channel your feminine energy, because he knows that you can provide everything that you want. But where does he fit in? How can he help you? How can he take the burden off? Because if he can't, then he's just going to feel like a placeholder, and you don't want your husband to feel like that. The truth is, when you encounter a masculine man, you will definitely know, because you start to become a lot more feminine. Like, even if you're trying as much as possible to be tough, there's just something about him that just makes you just melt, like your walls just come crumbling down. And that is what true masculinity does. But again, you have to be open, you have to be receptive. If there's resistance, he's gonna turn away and be like, you know what, I am not dealing with this. So yeah, guys, that is basically the end of this video. I hope this was helpful. If it was, then please comment down below. I would also link some of my other femininity videos in the description box. Please make sure you check that out, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. I will see you all in my next video. God bless. Bye, guys.